riding on the dizzying highs.
Welcome back to another renovation update, and I am smiling. You would have seen that I've just left off the last month's video because I'm finally getting to clean down and paint, and that is just my kind of thing, my cup of tea. And I'm starting first off with the living room. Sorry if it's super echo in here, there's pretty much nothing in here, but this is what we've got to deal with. There is still a huge amount of things in here, little bits and bobs that I need to tidy away. And then I need to start the dust down, get rid of all of this. I think I'm also gonna have to brush off the walls because they are not great either. Just probably with a damp cloth. I think I will start with the walls and then do the fireplace, the skirting boards, and then last but not least, the flooring. I'm actually starting this on a weekday, so there's no one in the house. I'm gonna be here on my own, and I'm hoping to get this living room dust-free and floor stained by the time that Ollie gets home. And they're looking pretty terrible down here, but we finally had all of our paint and everything delivered the other day. Look at that dust coming off of it. So for this room and all of the rest of the rooms for the floor, we are going for Osmo. We actually have a white, which we're going to be putting on first, and then we went for the satin clear as the top coat. You guys know that we absolutely adore this paint, the Tikkurila, so we went for that again for this is like a wood primer. I'm pretty sure this one's the wood primer. I'm not sure. One of these is the wood primer. I think it's this one here. This is the wood primer, and then we've got a colour which is mixed up in the same colour as the Earthbourne St. John's. As you can see, we decided to go all the same colour for now just to make it really easy, and then yeah, we picked St. John's in the Earthbourne for the walls.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune.
And it looks so much better just for a little clear out. Next job, I've just got the hoover in there and the ladder. Need the ladder because the next job I'm going to do is the walls. But I think I'm going to need a clean bucket because I've just looked at all of ours and they are filthy. So I'm going to pop out and see if I can find some cleaner cleaning pieces. Marigolds are on, and I have just spoken to Ollie and he has told me not to wash down the walls with a cloth, but instead just to go over them with our dry mop because he doesn't think that they're too bad. So I've run out to get a fresh clean one of those because our other ones were looking pretty terrible from this house renovation. So I'm now gonna mop the walls with a dry mop. Sounds a bit weird. Let's give it a go. You know, I think that wet's an absolute treat. It wasn't abrasive, it's not made the walls wet, and it was super quick and I didn't need to get a plan. So I'm gonna carry on doing this with the rest of the room. Well, that was way quicker than I thought it would be. Now I'm gonna let it settle slightly, and then I'm gonna hoover up all of the dust which has fallen over the skirting boards and get a bucket of soapy water for this one.
Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
This part is looking amazing now. It's actually changed colour. It's this lovely, almost kind of coppery colour to it when it just looked black. And I'm not sure, I think I'm gonna have to Google how to clean these because I feel like they need to be soaked in something, a bit like oven cleaner type stuff. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna put oven cleaner on it, but that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking. There's probably something special for it. So I reckon I'll clean that, put these bits out the back to properly deep clean at some point because we're not gonna be using this fireplace. We've not got it swept. I don't actually particularly like fires in a room. I feel like they make everything smell of smoke, so we'll probably just put some logs in there or some candles. And there she is in all of her clean glory, apart from the floor. I am tired already, but I gotta get this done because I want to get the oil on.
Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
And it is clean. It's drying quite quickly now, so hopefully I will be able to oil this evening. P.S. It's much later and I have my pajamas on. Yeah.
We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah.
And that is what it looks like right now. Obviously, as you can tell, it is still quite wet, and I also have the light on because it's now dark outside. But I'm not sure if it's going to dry lighter or not. I quite like the colour as it is, but I wouldn't mind if it dried lighter either. So either way, I'm going to be happy. But now I've got to wait 24 hours before I can head back in there. What are you doing?
I am polishing the worktop.
I'm going to polish these. I'm not going to leave you in here with him because it could get pretty sandy. So we'll catch up on that in a second. I am putting down sheeting in the living room so that we can finally get in here and hopefully start getting some paint on the walls and the woodwork.
I bet you think that I should calm down.
We are now looking like a scene from Dexter, and I am going to start priming these skirting boards.
And that we're good the way we are.
I am heading up. Ollie just purchased a new lead for me, which I'm very thankful of, to paint the ceiling white.
It's not that long since I met you for the first time. You know we should work it out. You know we should work it out.
The sun is shining in and it is getting so bright in here. First coat is on the ceiling. Obviously that was a mixture of water and paint, so that is why it's not looking that thick at the moment, but it's made it so much brighter in here already. I can't believe it. That with the skirting boards, and now we are going to mix up some of the earthbourne. I've just got the tin out there and start putting it out on the walls. I feel like I stopped vlogging very abruptly last night because we had a bit of an unfortunate event in the living room. I'm going to turn you around and show you why. So our wall colour that we decided to go on was this one, which is St. John's from Earthbourne. And we opened up our two tins here and I started painting a patch just here, and I say to Ollie, hang on a second, that just looks very blue. Turns out it is, so that's the colour difference. That's the St. John's that we've got, that's the tester that we've got. And it's just got to be totally the wrong colour because even the colour chip, oh, hang on, I'm holding a number in one things, matches with the tester that we've put on rather than this bluey grey one here. So it's a bit unfortunate. We actually got it from a company that tint it, so I feel like their mixing machine must be broken or something, unfortunately. So yeah, we were a bit miffed because it was about 6 o'clock on a Saturday and there was nothing that we could do. So really unfortunate. Trying to get over it today and just move on because what we wanted to do this weekend was the living room. But instead, we're now moving on to the hallway, which this morning we have hoovered and sanded down, and hopefully today we're going to paint. We've got all of the paint for this room, so we're ready to go. So this is what the before is looking like. You will be able to see from yesterday that actually the trim went on this little piece here. Just something really, really simple. We wanted to keep it kind of modern. And then all of the woodwork is ready to go. And everything down here too. All been beautifully sanded. It's currently under cover. Just need to put it a little bit here. That's what I've had in my hand the whole time. Yeah. Let's do this.
Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted?
my gosh, look how good it looks. So exciting. It looks very white at the moment because obviously all of this is the base coat, but the colour that we've gone for is quite white anyway. But we managed to do the base coat on absolutely everything apart from this porch area, but everything else has had, the wood has all been primed, all of this in here has been primed, and also all down, oh gosh, ignore that room. You can come through. All down here has also been primed. Our optimistic selves had hoped to oil the floor before leaving today, but it's covered in sheets and we still have a lot more painting to do, so we've just decided it's going to be easier to leave it as is and then come back and paint, sort the paint for the living room, and do a next coat on all of the walls, because I reckon we might have to do probably maybe even 3. So yeah, floors are going to be left. I might come back this week and do the kitchen floor because it is the floor that I'm worried about the most. It's not got any protector down at the moment, and obviously with eating meals and bits like that, if anything gets dropped I'm like, quick, scrub it up. So that's a priority. It is actually Friday afternoon and I've come to the house this afternoon to get a little bit more done, just to sneak in a little bit more work before the weekend, because now that we're painting, it makes it quite difficult. I mean, we've got enough to paint, but you've got to wait for things to dry. We're staining the floor, that takes 24 hours. So I'm going to try and do it a little bit more in the stages at the moment, try and pop over here a little bit every now and then. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make all of this painting fun footage, but we'll see. I have to show you this though. I've been painting with this stuff, which is amazing. It's from our favourite paint company again, which I will link below. They're so helpful. If you ever need paint and you're unsure of what you need, give them a call because the chaps there are just so nice. And this is what they recommended. We didn't want an oil-based stain blocker. If you've ever worked with an oil-based paint, they are just a pain. They get really sticky, they don't brush on very nicely. I don't feel like they give a very nice finish, so I will also link that one below. It's expensive, but it's pretty much as expensive as most stain blockers that actually work. But let me turn you around. Look at the difference that it makes now that this trim is painted. So this is the before over here, and I was a little bit worried that this might stain. Did you see my sweets there stocking up on all the goodness? And this is it, just with one coat of that stain blocker. I've also done the ceiling in it because you guys know how bad the nicotine was in here. So yeah, gonna do this one now.
Enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights. Felt like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors. They were wrong, it was way more than a dream. We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside. So right, we stood there all wide-eyed. You and I, floating on air in my mind. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Living in the past.
We are back for the weekend and a lot has happened in the last 24 hours. It's kind of mid-morning on Saturday now, and yesterday I got back to the house kind of, I'd say like mid-afternoon, and I walked into the living room and the colour just didn't look right. I'm going to insert some footage now, and pretty much I just came back and I walked in and it looked very lilac. It wasn't the kind of colour that we were going for, so I didn't say anything to Ollie, but I sent him a picture because obviously he was in work in London. And straight away he said, oh, it's really blue, it's really lilac, it's not what I was imagining. And I kind of let him make the decision because I knew that I didn't think that it was right. So anyway, cut a long story short, he didn't think that it was right either, which was perfect. So I ran out straight away to see what other colours we could get. Ollie actually called Earthborn to try and get their advice, and we picked another colour. Ollie left work early, drove all the way back, and I had done all of the edging by the time that he got back, and then he did the rollering. So it's now changed colour, which I am so happy about. On reflection, if you're not happy with a colour, this is the right time to do it. And we didn't actually end up cost-wise any worse off, because we'd done the first coat, sorry, in the watered down version, which was like our base coat. And then we can return the second tin, and we bought the top coat in a different colour. So really, financially, we were no worse off, but I am so much happier, and I'm going to show you now, because it's exactly what I wanted. So it's much more of a neutral colour. In some lights it looks grey, in other lights it looks a lot more kind of buttery, creamy. It's just so warm and delicate, and I really was feeling like the blue lilac tone was totally clashing with the fireplace. I'm so happy. I feel like I'm much happier because it was so wrong before. But this is Earthborn Clay White, and it's actually their whitest white. So if you can see with our ceiling, it's not at all white, and it's totally natural. They don't tint it at all, which I also think is lovely, because it is very natural, totally natural, not at all tinted. But now we need to decide on the trim work, because unfortunately we had matched our trim with the St. John's colour, which obviously came out a lot more blue grey than we were expecting. So now we are thinking about going for Farrow & Ball Wimborne White. And we picked a few other Farrow & Ball here. So here's the Wimborne White, and then I think that one's pointing, all white, and this is the Valspar colour. I do quite like the Valspar colour too. It's a bit more of a cooler tone than the Wimborne, but we're gonna decide how it goes with the colour in the hallway as well, because the woodwork's gonna be the same throughout. So yeah, it's been a bit crazy, but now I have cleared everything off. Well, pretty much just put it on the fireplace, and we are finally gonna take up this sheeting, and we're gonna oil the next bit of the floor before we do the woodwork, because it takes 24 hours to dry, and just time-wise, that suits us a lot better. So I'm gonna get that one up. Ollie is currently not there, but he's painting the hallway, and then we're gonna do this so that hopefully it's dry for tomorrow. Now it's time for some clear oil on these floors. While we have some lunch, I have a little DIY task, my first one, which is very exciting. We picked up this light here, sorry it's quite dusty, in Dun Elm in the, I think it was the Christmas sale, and it was £99 down to 20. It's a little bit Art Deco, but I thought that it would look at least sophisticated in our living room, and the other option at that price, £20, was to just get a normal shade. We're trying to keep costs low, so thought that this would be perfect and elegant. The only thing is that, as you'll be able to see from this picture and this bit here, it is chrome, and chrome, oh dear, is not something that we're going for throughout the whole house. So I'm going to try spray painting all of the chrome, and to make it look good. Hopefully it doesn't look DIY'd. I've been quite fussy with the spray paint, tried out a few of them, and I think I've got one that will look perfect in the living room, so fingers crossed. We have one hanging here, and then we also have this one hanging here, which I have masking taped the actual wire so that I don't get any of it on that. And this is the colour, so let's give it a go. Sorry, I've been totally forgetting to update you, because I feel like we're just painting, which we are really. The living room is still drying, so we can't go in there. Ollie is painting
all the edges.
Yeah, all of the hallway pretty much. And I am just starting on the stairs. So I've just taken the cover off, which has been really exciting. And now I'm starting to paint the skirting board, and we're also doing the back bit here, but not the tops.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus.
And it's another day of painting. We're in the hallway again. Ollie just needs to finish off this back wall, and I'm going to be carrying on with the staircase. I'm actually going to start on the side here. I'm not sure if I showed you guys, but we can't get into the living room at the moment because the floor was oiled and we are just waiting to get in there at 3 o'clock today. We also have my mum and dad coming today, and we've got a full list of things to do. I think one of the jobs that we're going to give them is to paint this porch, which is in a lovely bright yellow, just the same colour as the hallway, which is like an off-white, and just bits and bobs of touching up paint and kind of like finishing off jobs. Yeah, so take you guys along today. Hopefully it'll be an exciting one. I'm counting down the hours till 3 o'clock and we can get in that living room. The floor is dry. We've just dumped the sofa there at the moment, and Ollie is going to be, as you can see there, he's getting the ladder to change the light. We are on to the last one. Oh, gently, gently. Got our lovely blue gloves on, and it is nearly done. I am so excited. We definitely could have had larger in this room, but for £20, I am absolutely amazed. It goes so beautifully, oops, opening everything, as per, with the fireplace. I'll show you when we're done.
It would be easy, still I'm giving all I got. I just want to tell you something, it must have been something I forgot. All this time,
we have finally got some boxes and pieces down, and we're trying to fit together the sofa. It's an IKEA sofa, and we don't remember how to put it together, do we? It's super simple, it's flat packed, but heading to YouTube to find out how to do it.
I'm going where you go. If you let me, I'll promise you better days, only better days. Running down the same road, hope it leads me somewhere new, making up for lost time, gonna make it right by you. They said it would be easy, guess I never thought it through. My head's been in the wrong place, when it should have been with you. All this time, it was never enough, so please slow down. I'm just trying to find my way back to you. I'm taking the long road, running on empty. I'll be better this time around. I'm going where you go. If you let me, I'll promise you better days. I'm taking the long road, running on empty. I'll be better.
I actually took all of the covers home to my mum and dad's to wash, so we're having to get our steamer up and running to, oh, there it goes, to iron these out a little bit. But the cushion covers, bless my mum, she ironed them all for us for today. It's a few weeks later now, and I have been, in all honesty, putting off this video. I don't know why. This month has been probably the strangest month. It's definitely had the most change. She moved over to the house slightly. We moved into the house and we properly relocated. So Ollie, just this week, is back for good, which is really exciting, but it's also been more overwhelming than I could have ever expected. Not because of the house, but more so just our lives, like adjusting to being back, sorting out our careers and works, and just generally anything outside of a renovation, which if you've ever done a renovation, you'll know like your life just gets absolutely absorbed by it, and it's near impossible to keep up with everything else. So we've been trying to get on track with all of that, even just ridiculous things like we hadn't sorted out any of the direct debits for the bills, and just, yeah, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy month, and it's also been a month where the first one where I haven't been sure quite what to film, because we just painted, and even now there's still painting to do. I didn't realise how many snagging jobs there would be either, like little bits that we are yet to do, but it is livable, and I have to keep reminding myself that this downstairs floor is not the forever renovation, it's just livable, and it's way nicer than livable. So yeah, super happy with it. So I will take you around, show you what we have done this month, what we still need to do, and obviously this is nearing the end of this part of the downstairs renovation. We thought that we'd give it a little break before we do the upstairs, but I don't think we're going to. So next video we'll jump straight into the new plans, but I'm also thinking about doing, as things have been so busy, I haven't been replying to comments like I would like to be, and there's been quite a few questions from previous renovation videos that I'd love to answer. So if you guys would like a Q&A, you have any questions, let me know below. On absolutely anything, we're pretty open about it. And then I'm also filming this week, the first week in the house, so that's kind of exciting. But yeah, let me show you where we are. Our neighbours actually have scaffolding up. They're repainting the front of their house, so the living room's a little bit like noisy right now with them out there, and you might be able to see the scaffolding. But I forget, I think when you're also doing the work yourself and you're living in it, you forget how much has happened. But I did look back at our previous video and I was like, whoa, like it's changed a lot. So anyway, living room is probably one of my favorite rooms. So this is what it's looking like now. We got the light up, the color on the walls, which is white clay by Earthborn, just your standard white on the ceiling. All of the floors have been finished off and oiled, and any furniture in here is not furniture that will be staying in here. It is just from our London flat that we literally have just chucked in here this week. That armchair as well is not going in this room, it's going in the back room, which you will see, but pretty much our sofa's up and we are able to live in here. We have got our skirting board is being made currently. That's going to be with us next week, so that's still a job to do in here. We also need to do something with the tiles over the fireplace. The slate's not very good, and as you can see, we've also spray painted these pieces here and got rid of all of the dust, but we need to do it with the rest of the fireplace, so kind of just making that nice again. And then we need to get some stuff on the walls and some curtains in and bits like that, but really happy with it. It feels like a really calm space. I'd like to get a unit to put this on for now, but long term it's going to change dramatically. I'd like a TV mounted up on the wall, probably mirror either side. I might get some built-in units to this side, 2 armchairs here and a little chair over there. So that's the long-term vision. Also, Ollie and I made this coffee table. How cute is that when we were first together? And then out by the front door, the porch has been painted white, which just freshens it up so much. We have changed over the mat and also cleaned the tiles. They've all been polished, but we actually haven't sealed them. That's a job that I have to do today. We're also going to be changing all of these bits on the door at some point. And then the hallways. This is the view as you come in. And unfortunately, this floor is the only floor that we haven't yet stained. We still need to do. So as you can see, we've got our light switches up on the walls, and our little cubby here is finally finalized off, although all of that needs to be put at the back. And I'm gonna get a really nice mirror there because I just think it's the perfect place to kind of check your outfit nice full length before you go out the door. If the stairs are looking slightly different colors, it's because I've only oiled every other one. They still need to be done. We are now able to hide the dining room. The door is up, but it's not finished, so I'm unsure what to do with this door for a number of reasons. The room is not finished at all, so actually on the back side of the door it is still wood, and it is still quite nicotiney in there, so I'm not sure that I want to do too much with this door. I don't know, it may get left like that, we'll have to see, but this is probably one of the most exciting things. The door here has been put on and I just absolutely love it. So we have new hinges and a new handle these are the kind of handles that we're going to go for throughout the house, but I just haven't found some. I was going to put these on those doors, the bigger doors, but they were just too small. And then this one here, our lovely neighbours actually gave to us. They were getting rid of it, so we snapped it up. Now with the radiators and the sockets and the lighting and everything like that, somebody did actually ask if we were changing the ones in the living room. They're kind of the ugly white ones and they're actually on the skirting board, which is not pretty. We're not changing any of that right now because at some point, hopefully in the not too near future, as you guys will know, we're going to renovate down here altogether, and I would like underfloor heating. We're going to change where the lights are. All of the electrics will change, so this was just to get it livable. So we are living with the ugly radiators and the ugly sockets for now, but it really makes no difference, and this one is going to be a lot hotter than the ones that we currently have. The laundry nook is looking a little bit more lived in, which is nice. It has been really useful. And then on to the kitchen, and the kitchen we've been trying to kind of live in a little bit. So that's actually the fridge going off there. We moved our stuff in, but I pretty much just plonked it in. This is not at all styled like that, but in the cupboards. I actually love this kitchen. £450, I'm so impressed. It's really beautiful and it's just so quaint. The handles really make the difference. As you can see, we changed the sockets and the light switches. We still need to neaten this around, but as a livable, functional kitchen, this has been insanely good. Oh, and I'm not sure if I showed you, as you guys know, we cut all of this granite ourselves. We were able to buff the sides and polish them up so that they look really nice. Actually really nice. I can't complain. They look good considering that we did all of the work. This side might change quite a bit. We've currently got our temporary microwave and kettle. I'm wondering, we do have some of the cupboards which are up on the wall spare still in the dining room. I'm wondering whether to put two there just to give us some extra space. These pantries are amazing. Again, not organized, I'm afraid. But for a small kitchen, they hold so much stuff. And I wasn't sure about them when we first bought the kitchen, but if you're thinking about getting a second-hand kitchen or even just a temporary kitchen, I would really recommend those because, yeah, this is a semi-small kitchen and it holds a lot. And then our breakfast bar area, which is really exciting. Again, we've got a few things to do, so you guys know I want to put some shelves over here and have my vases, but we have our bar stools, and these were really kindly gifted by Dan Elm. They're just so lovely. We picked them to go with kind of our door handles and also our lights, which do need cleaning. But they're super comfortable considering that they are kind of metal wire, and they just go really nicely in the space. And the one request that Ollie gave me when I was designing this kitchen was that he absolutely wanted somewhere to sit in here. So we have sacrificed quite a lot of storage space over there, but it is so lovely to sit there, and it's going to be nice in the winter when we have that Ray-Ban. Actually, we might not have the Ray-Ban in winter, but I plan to perhaps either artwork or shelves over there. And then over this side of the kitchen, I really want to put some shelves there. Need a blind on that window. We've obviously got a dishwasher, our drawers, under stairs cubby, and our sink. Also, if you can see that these are wonky, it's because perhaps some of them are. Again, it's not something that we've changed in the house, but we will do one day. We still need to get a windowsill thing up here. We think that we're gonna do oak. And then that pretty much is the kitchen. Oh, we do have some skirting board there, which is made. We've just been, we've been a little bit lax on it recently, I'm gonna be honest, but this kitchen is gonna look very different when it's styled. I've actually got a jute rug coming as well from Dunelm, so I'll show you that when it gets here. And then this area out here, I don't think has changed much from when you have last seen it. We did put an extractor fan into the bathroom, and that's not been painted yet. It needs to be painted in white. And I'm actually not going to show you that back room because I'm starting to furnish it, and that's going to be its own little video all together. But the bathroom is totally finished off now. Again, it needs a good clean, and then it's finished. And probably the most uninteresting item of all, but I was really excited about it. This loo seat is beautiful. It is solid oak. I don't want to show you too much of a loo because it's kind of disgusting. It's from Dunelm, and it was, I think, about £20. We bought it when it was on sale, but it was only like 10–20% off, so I'll try and link that below as well because I searched for a really nice loo seat for ages. And yeah, found that one and I'm very impressed. And so that is the house now that we are living in it. There is still stuff to do. Still stuff to do downstairs. We are working on the garden just slightly, but it really got overgrown. So we're trying to each evening just take out a little bit of that. The dining room is a room that we want to do before Christmas, but it's going to be a really quick makeover. So we're not doing anything crazy. It'll be a little bit like the laundry nook, because again, obviously we're gonna rip it all down one day. And that is one thing that's kind of devastating about all of the work that we've done down here, is that, yeah, it's gonna be a sad day when it all goes. But yeah, anything else to update you on? I don't think so. If you've been following my Instagram, sorry I haven't been updating this month. As I say, it's just been a little bit odd, and I have a lot of stuff to backdate, so I wanted to do that before I got anything too new on it, but I need to do it soon because there's so much to happen. And yeah, as I say, next renovation video I will take you around the upstairs, but let me know for a Q&A if you'd be interested in one, or any other videos. Let me know down below, because we're both in the house now. We're both going to be spending like less intense time on it, because the weekends that we were here were super intense and we did do stuff really quite quickly. I think Ollie worked out the other day that all of this work has been done in, I think it was like under 2 months by the time that you calculated how many weekend days we spent on it. So pretty insane. But anyway, I hope that you guys like it. It's still going to be a bit of a journey to get it all finished off, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.